So, hey, hi, hello. Welcome to Corks and Cauldron, where two friends uncork a bottle, cast a few spells, and dive deep into fantasy books and theories. I'm Gabby.
And I'm Jen. Quick disclaimer, this is an adult podcast about adult books. So expect some spicy language, spicy content, not this time,
No.
and spicy spoilers.
Yes, there will be some spicy language because we will be celebrating for
For sure.
sure in this episode. So, let's grab your drink, grab a snack, and get started. Today, we are finishing up Gleam. We're doing chapters
Yay.
40 through the epilogue. This is the third book in the Plated Prisoner series.
Mhm.
And what a way to end a book. What a way. But Jen, what are we eating for this set of chapters?
I'm so excited. So we decided since this is a celebration of Orin
Yes.
and Midas finally gets his just desserts,
Yes.
that I was going to make something I've never had before, which is better than sex cake. And, honestly, any cake is probably better than sex with Midas.
Yes.
And it
Because
does
he's
have
the
caramel
fucking
sauce because it's
worst.
gold.
Yeah.
So, this recipe that I snagged, which I will link in the episode notes, is really easy. It uses a box cake, a devil's food box cake. It does say that you could use another kind of cake, like German chocolate,
They really
but
want like a rich, dark chocolate
you want
flavor.
something rich and dark.
Yeah.
And honestly, German chocolate is kind of tender, soft. So I went with devil's food.
So you like your cakes like dense and dry and
No, not dry. But since this is gonna be similar to like a tres leches cake where you're putting something in it,
yeah,
I don't want the cake to get
soggy.
wet,
Yeah.
soggy. I don't wanna use the M word because people don't like it. So you bake the cake. Once you pull it out of the oven and you're setting it out to cool, you poke holes in it with the bottom of a wooden spoon,
Yep.
and you add a can of sweetened condensed milk to it, and you spread that around to make sure it gets all over the cake. And then you add it says a 16-ounce jar of caramel sauce. That was a lot. So I did not use the whole jar. I used about half of it, but I am diabetic, guys, and I'm also trying to lower the calories even in decadent cakes.
yeah.
So I used about half, and then we decided if we needed more, we'll just pour it on the top
Yeah, that works.
after.
Yeah.
But you poke the holes, you pour both of those things in, pop it in the fridge for about 2 hours. And then once it's done, you take a tub of whipped topping, Cool Whip, whatever you get. You spread that across the top, and then you chop up or buy pre-chopped Heath bars,
Okay.
which is English
A
toffee.
toffee. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you just sprinkle that across the top of the whipped cream.
God, it sounds so good.
And that's it, guys. It's a 9 by 13 pan. This says it makes 10 servings, but I'm gonna make 12 just
Yeah.
because it
A little
would
bit smaller
bother
slices.
me.
Yeah.
Because when you cut it, I just can't handle it not being 12. Okay, just let me have this, guys. And then you eat it, and it's supposed to be delicious, and we'll try and get
Yes.
some pictures up of it.
Post a picture.
Yeah,
Let us know how it is. I'm excited. It
um,
sounds delicious.
it does, doesn't it? But enough about the food. Since we're celebrating, what are we drinking with this?
We are drinking the liquid gold sparkler. So it is champagne mixed with an elderflower liqueur and then a splash of lemon juice. And then I added
Okay,
some gold flakes, edible gold flakes in there. I don't know if you guys can see it,
nice.
but yeah. So I am drinking gold champagne to celebrate Midas's just desserts that we're going to get into. This whole episode is a celebration of Orin. We do get a little bit worried for her in
Yes,
there, but yeah, I'm so excited.
me too. I am so ready for this. Are you guys ready to jump in?
Well, let's dive in.
All right, chapter 40 is Oren's point of view. Yeah.
So we're waking like we start this chapter with Orin. She had a restless night, right? She tossed and turned after getting confronted by Queen Kalia. Remember, she accidentally, literally bumped into Kalia. Kalia threatened her, threatened Mist, everybody. And so Orin had a restless night. She woke up and she's got a new mind frame. She is ready to fight back. She's done reacting. Now she's calculating and trying to actually plan for once, which our girl is not the best at.
She is definitely proven that she is not the best at
Yeah.
prepping.
So she goes to leave her room in her normal way, which is down the balcony. Yeah. Like anyone who needs to sneak out does. But now there's a guard underneath her balcony where there has never been one before.
That's right, she's getting ready to jump down and she notices that gold glimmer
Mhm.
right beneath her, and she's like,
That's weird.
"That's weird." And he doesn't notice her, by the way, because
Yeah,
no one looks up.
ever. Yeah. And so Orin steps back and she's like, "Well, fuck. Midas knows." She did not say that. That's me embellishing, but
She probably did in her mind, we
I
just
w
didn't hear it.
I would have said it out loud for sure. So yeah, Midas knows. The leash is tightening. Okay. How do I talk to Risa now without alerting Midas to everything?
She definitely comes up with a good idea, though.
She does.
So
Yeah, it's a great one.
she decides that instead of jumping down and getting caught, that she's going to invite Risa to come to her. And she sits and thinks about it for a minute and invites her over to tea. She doesn't say anything at all
Yeah,
other
like,
than,
"I've
"Will
got
you
news
just
for you.
join
I've
me for
got
tea
gossip." It's
at
just yeah.
2 o'clock or whatever?" I don't know. And she decides to open her door, which is not locked. And lo and behold, it's Schofield and Lowe sitting outside.
Yep,
She
her
cannot shake these two guys.
2 BFFs.
But she tries to hand the note to Schofield and ask him to deliver it to the
Swing,
Saddle's
Teresa.
Wing,
Yep,
Farisa. And Midas goes, "I'll take that."
and just completely intercepts it.
Yep.
Yeah, and he reads it, and again, there was nothing incriminating in the note. It was very
Mm-mm.
much just a invite for some girl time, and Midas is just like, "Well, actually, you won't be here for tea today." Midas is pissed.
Yeah, he sticks the note in his pocket and invites a maid to come into her room to start, cleaning up
Mhm.
and start the
Doing maid
fire,
things.
doing the maid things. And he is standing at the door. And Warren has backed herself into the wall across from the door.
Yep.
So,
So there's a gulf between them. Yes.
for sure. So he's kind of looking around and, just checking out the stuff that she's gilded since the last time he's been in there. And of course, he's well groomed and well dressed. And he talks to her about how he feels bad that he hasn't been by to see her, but it's been
He's been
so
so
busy
busy.
running 2 kingdoms because it's so difficult,
Woe is him.
and how he has not had a lot of spare time. And talking with Kalia has taken up time, and she's just kind of watching him, thinking about how she used to believe how sweet it was that he used to share everything with her, and he's not even telling her that Melina is dead
Mhm.
or that he's engaged
Yeah. Just
now
that
to someone else.
yeah, and can we talk about the fact that Midas has been single for 2 seconds? He's been a widower, right?
Widower.
Widower for 2 seconds, and he's already engaged to someone else? Like, okay, I get that kings and queens don't marry for love, whatever.
Right.
But, like, I don't know, he took over 5th Kingdom, and that took 6 months because he was grieving for the king. So, like, what are you doing? You 2 seconds.
You think he waited that long?
Yes,
Okay.
because I think he had to wait for the hawk to land to confirm.
Oh, yeah, yeah, that's true,
Yeah,
that's true.
yeah.
You've got a point there.
So, yeah, he offers Orin this, like, very not sincere apology,
Mhm.
or at least she's interpreting it as not sincere, which is how we as readers are also interpreting it.
Agreed.
I like, it might be sincere for Midas just because he is an insincere prick, but it's still insincere.
I
Like,
don't think he knows how to be sincere.
I don't think
He knows
is
how to be
who
manipulative.
I don't think he knows who he is. Like, as a person, he's been so shifty with his whole
Mhm.
persona. Like, I don't think he knows at his core who he is.
That's fair.
Yeah. But Midas, being Midas, is like, all right, well, I'm here now and we've got some work to do. So I need your help preparing the castle for this ball, which basically means I need you to gild everything.
Yeah, and now
For
that your bruise
you're
is barely
healed.
showing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so she agrees, but Orin throws down one condition.
Yes.
She wants to see Digby. Midas has been dangling Digby over her head for weeks now,
Mhm.
and she still hasn't seen him. So Midas agrees, but Orin doesn't trust it.
He's being very
He,
nice.
He's being cagey.
Yeah,
But yeah, he is being the I'm only nice because I want something nice.
agreed.
Yeah.
So she decides to go with him and they start working through his list because, of course, he has a list. She gilds a bunch of plates and cups and silverware,
Walls and fabric and
walls,
curtains and
and she's overworking herself. And right at the end, she's gilding a statue
hmm
and it doesn't quite go all the way up
right.
when her power runs out.
Well, the day ends too.
Yes.
Yeah. But she is completely depleted. She has used
Yeah.
all of her power. She
Yep.
doesn't have a single drop of gold left in her.
And Midas has been by her side the entire time.
Well, yeah, he's a caring partner.
She thinks it's because, unlike normal, someone tried to come into a room
hmm
while she was gilding.
Yep.
So she says that that's probably why he did it, why
Yeah.
he stayed right by her instead of sitting at a distance and just checking off his list.
Making sure, yeah, keeping an
Yeah,
eye on her from a distance. Yeah.
but I think it was because he wanted to make sure that she couldn't escape.
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
he's
really,
got
she
plans
couldn't.
for her, but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So she stops for a minute, as the sun's gone down and looks at Midas, who's still perfectly put together after this entire day.
And I'm picturing her like sweaty and disheveled and
Yes.
just exhausted and like hair all over the place. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah.
after a hard workout, how you look in the mirror and you're like, oh God, I feel
And
good, but I look terrible.
she's got splashes of gold
Like
on her
congealed
dress,
gold. Yeah.
and the rest of her corset has snapped away, which is kind of funny,
Yeah. And
but
like she's got gold that just like curled, I
coagulated.
guess. Yeah. In her hands, like where it didn't quite actually leave.
Yeah.
So, but
And
she's
she's
doing all
like,
of this for Digby.
she says, I'm ready to see Digby now.
Yep. No more excuses.
And he says, why don't we eat and drink first? You need to get some of your strength back. And all the while, he's complimenting her about
You're so great. You're so pretty.
how
Everything's
amazing
great
everything is and how
and
it's just
looks
one
and
touch for her to turn everything to gold
yeah.
around her. And he is just in awe of it. And she's like, it's just a color to me. It means nothing.
Yep. Yeah, she's over gold. She wants nothing more to do with it.
Someone brings her in a plate of food. So she's got wine, meats, cheese. It's like a big charcuterie board, guys,
It
is
sounds
kind of what I'm
amazing.
picturing.
TBH.
And she just immediately starts digging in and drinking the overly sweet wine.
Yep.
And she said something about it tasting odd.
Slightly different.
Yeah,
Like it had a slightly different aftertaste on her tongue.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she eats all the meat and bread and
Cheese,
some of the
fruits.
fruit, and all the while he's, taking inventory of the stuff that she's done and
Yeah,
looking at
so
the plates.
Midas has not eaten or drank anything.
Nothing.
Granted, he has not worked all day either. He is letting her eat everything and drink
Mhm.
everything that was just brought in. That's an important note. Remember that. That will be on the
Yeah.
test. Write that down.
And she mentions as she's drinking and eating that she misses the wine from Fourth.
The Fourth Kingdom wine sounds amazing.
It does.
Yeah,
And finally, she's like, I'm finished. And he looks at it to see how much she's eaten. You see, she's drank all of the wine
of course she
and
has.
eaten, at least half of the stuff on her
Yeah.
tray. So he's like, all right, let's go.
You've earned it.
Yep.
So they leave to go see Digby.
Yep. And that's where chapter 41 starts.
And I 41.
Raven. Okay. If you have Audible and you're going to listen to this, please do not listen to chapter 41 if you are driving
Or at
or at
work
work.
or in public or
Yeah. Unless you like to be emotionally damaged and scarred while you're out. Like I can listen to smut just
stone face.
fine
Yeah, stone
at
face.
work or out.
This
This
chapter killed me.
I messaged Gabby when I was listening to it the
Mhm.
first time and I was like, chapter 41, oh my God.
I'm sobbing and I'm in the
And
office today.
yeah, it's bad. Thankfully, I'm in a cubicle,
But still,
but still,
no
I
one
was
wants to cry
sobbing
at
and,
work.
you
Yeah.
know, it was rough. So Raven, really,
How could you? How could you? And The narrator, I should really get the voice actress's name, but she did phenomenal on this scene and making you feel everything.
The narrator is Lily Drake.
She did amazing. She's been amazing in all of these books, but this scene in
Yes.
particular was amazing.
Yes.
So, chapter 41. We've we've just talked it up a lot. So, let's get into what happens. Orin is following Midas down into, it feels dungeony to me, but
It's just an anonymous area,
yeah.
and she's exhausted, she's kind of stumbling, and
Mhm.
she is blaming her magic for this because she used so much of it.
Mhm.
So, she's having some trouble seeing, she's having some trouble walking. She's trying to memorize where she's going, but she can barely keep her feet moving. We reach the door. There's 2 guards.
So, they're going down into
Mhm.
this servant's dungeony area thing, and they open the door, and she walks in, and it's like, it's not a prison cell. It's
Mm-mm.
not a dungeon. It's like a storage room is what
Yes.
I'm gonna call it. Like, it's very bare bones, nothing, it's stone all over, nothing really there, but and Digby is there. She does get to see Digby. Digby has been beaten into a bloody pulp.
Mhm.
Like, Digby is barely recognizable. His face is all beat up. His body is broken. He is just,
Oh, yeah.
he's still alive, but he has been beaten the fuck up. There's no other way to say it.
I think he's unconscious too
Yes,
right
at this
now.
point he is, or sleeping, at this point not in pain because his body can't take it anymore,
Right.
like, and seeing Digby like that, I think was the final crack for Orin. Mentally, she's already moved on from Midas,
Mhm.
right? Like, we can all agree, mentally she has moved on, she's just playing the game until she can get out, and she just wanted to make sure no one else is gonna get hurt when she did leave, right?
Yes.
She thought she was playing the game, and to see Digby like that, not that it was the final straw, but it was like, I can't believe I let this go on for this long.
And Midas is just so calm and
He's such a fucking
unfeeling about how
prick.
he does this. He's just
He's
like,
such a fucking prick.
every time you disobeyed me, every time you were not following my rules,
Every time you, yeah.
this happened. And she's
He
just,
specifically says, "You did this.
yeah.
Digby looks like this because of you." And that
Yes.
is horrifying.
And
It's horrifying to us readers. It's horrifying to Orin.
she tries to grab Digby with her ribbons and drag him out of the room because she thinks
Mhm.
she's going to fight her way out.
Yeah.
And her ribbons are barely functioning.
Everything's
She's having trouble
topsy-turvy.
walking. Her
Yeah.
vision,
Like
it's like
tunnel vision.
tunneling.
Like, yeah.
And Midas, in his matter of fact way, lets her know that that's just her having an odd effect to the dew because it's her first time.
Well, and
And
he
he
made
gave
sure
her
that
a
he had
lot.
plenty of it. Yes. Because
So
he's a fucking prick. So he beat up Digby and he drugged Orin. What the fuck?
he drugged everything that she was eating, all of her
Everything.
food and definitely her wine.
Yep.
And
Well, he knew that she would be drinking the wine.
yeah,
This whole, like, the past 3 books, we've heard about how much Orin loves her wine.
yes.
And so, quick reminder on what dew is, that's the drug that Midas has been drugging his saddles with, which we equated to shrooms. That being said, I am not cool. I paid attention in dare class. I never do drugs. So that's just what I picked up from the internet. If we're wrong, please nicely tell us. We're more than willing to be educated on drugs.
So this is, it makes you compliant, it makes you a bit fuzzy and euphoric,
Yep.
and it makes you super horny.
Yep. It is an aphrodisiac.
Yes.
Um, yeah. And so it's, I would assume, based off of the description that we're getting in this book, is that it would be incredibly easy to get hooked on
Yeah.
as well. Like, it makes you feel good, and people
Yes.
chase that feeling. So, especially if you're a saddle.
And he talks to her and calls her his precious
Oh.
and starts touching her arms and her shoulders. And her body is reacting to this because it feels good as far as her body knows, especially because of the dew.
Mhm.
So he's planning on getting a little down and dirty right there
In
on the
front of
floor
Digby.
in front of Digby with the
I
guards out front.
just, that's so gross. Like, it's everything about this has been gross, right? Like, and then that's just kind of salt on the wound
Yeah.
on top of everything else.
But she has enough in her to fight off the dew enough that her ribbons slam him back. They don't push him, they slam him right into a wall.
Well, I think that's part of the lack of control, though, right? Like,
Yes,
they knew something was wrong. They knew they had to do something, and they just put all that effort into getting her away from him. They
exactly.
just,
Because
I
this
was,
was definitely not consensual, guys. She did not
no,
want this at all.
not even kind of.
Even if the dewy haze made her think she did, she herself was saying no.
And remember, no is a full sentence. No means no. Yeah.
Mhm.
She's this whole chapter. Raven, how could you? Beautiful writing, great writing, but how could you?
Yeah.
Okay, so she's furious.
Yes.
Her ribbons are on her side. Obviously, her body is betraying her, but bodies do that. That is not in any way her consenting to anything. So she's betrayed, she's furious, and she screams at him. And she finally lets all of this hatred, I'm going to say, out.
Yeah.
Like she just finally is like, this is everything I've been holding back since I met the fourth king, basically. She hates him. He's not her king. He never loved her, just the power that she gave him. And she fell in love with someone else. So,
And Midas handles this extremely well.
right. In a
He
typical, very calm, collected Midas fashion.
he
Yeah.
reaches behind his head and feels that it's wet because he's bleeding.
Well, she slammed him into a cement brick
Brick.
stone
Yeah.
wall. Yeah.
And he stands up and he grabs her by the hair and by her ribbons.
And her
And
ribbons, they have feeling. Like it's like grabbing her by the hair in two different places.
right, or twisting your arm back.
Yeah. Yep. It's a
So,
way to incapacitate her.
and she's too exhausted at this point. She spent all of her energy pushing him away from her the first time. And
Because remember, she's still high as a kite
yeah, and
against her will.
he he
Mhm.
he does talk to her about how she slept with Commander Rip.
Commander Rip. Yeah.
Yes, which I in my mind it would have been fantastic had she said and King Ravager too, making it seem like they were two different people.
Still playing that game. Yeah.
Yes, but
I think if she had not been drugged, she
oh
probably
yeah,
would have. I just don't think she had her wits about
yeah,
her enough. And I'm not blaming her on that. Like
no,
that's one of those shower moments when you were like, "Well, I wish I could have said this."
but he talks about how dare she let him touch his property.
Yeah. He equates her to property because that's all
Mhm.
she's been to him this whole time.
And she finally tells him that she's not his, but he's got a hold of her and he's now pushing her against a wall. He's got a hold of her ribbons
And her hair.
and he calls for the guards. And four guards come in. One
And
of
so,
them is
okay.
Schofield.
So she's pressed against the wall and her head is turned to the side and she's looking at Digby.
Her front is to the wall.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
She's
So it'd
looking
be
at Digby, and the guards now have her ribbons and they're holding them. Midas takes a gold sword from one of the guards,
because of course it's fucking gold.
of course, and Digby's eyes open.
Ugh, I don't know if I can talk about this.
And his eyes open, and Midas is raising this sword, and Orin, because she's so high, thinks that Midas is going to kill Digby in front of
Yeah.
her because that's going to break her, and she knows that that would break her. And so she's yelling, "No, no, 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 please don't kill him."
Mm-hmm.
And Midas starts to drop down the sword, and it's not Digby that he's hitting,
He's cutting her
he's cutting her
ribbons,
ribbons off.
but it's not a clean cut.
No, this is
It's
rough and jagged, and
he has to like hack through her
yeah,
ribbons.
and he's
Okay.
leaving part of
Just like an
an inch or
two
so
inch. Yeah.
of her ribbon on her because he can't get close enough, because honestly, if he got close enough, it would just shear her back.
Yeah.
So she's
Be like scalping her at that point.
yeah,
Well, but on the back, not her hair. But you know what I mean? Like it'd be like skinning her.
and there was no kind of dulling or anything, guys. This is just him slicing them off, and it's
He's a
horrible.
monster.
And this is a part of her that he's just hacking off of her.
Well,
And it
and
originally
she
talks about how sharp the sword is, but he's struggling.
yeah.
Gabby's having trouble. Sorry, guys.
having so much. This chapter was so rough to read. Reading it the first time was rough.
Yes.
Listening to it the first time was rough.
Yeah.
Again, it's an amazing scene to read if you can step away and look at it from a clinical lens.
Mm-hmm.
I could not. Oh God, I'm gonna cry. So yeah, Midas is struggling to cut. So 24 ribbons total. And he has to hack through like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. Like it is not just one sweeping slice down. He has to hack through them. And so my theory is that the ribbons were trying to protect themselves.
Yeah.
And they got the hard edge that we know that they can do. Because we know that they can slice through rope and other stuff.
They just couldn't do it all the way because of the dew.
Right.
So she's watching him drop her ribbons to the floor. It's like getting
One
your
by
hair cut
one.
and seeing the hair on the floor.
Well, okay, but let's take a minute and talk about this. For 2 books, we've heard, maybe 2.5 books,
Mm-hmm.
we've heard how uncomfortable she was about her ribbons. She tried to hide them. She never really got used to them. They weren't useful in a,
In her mind.
in a defensive stance. Yeah, like they were just part of her, yes, but they did her hair and they zipped up the dress,
because of how she was in the cage, she didn't think that they were useful. And
yes.
honestly, she was kind of hiding them from Midas.
I think she never fully embraced them either.
And
Until Ravenger, until
Slade got her
Slade.
to embrace them.
Yes, and so
And
she's finally embracing them, she's finally training with them, she's finally utilizing them probably in the way that her body intended for them to be used, and now they're just hacked away. That's gotta be, 17 steps back
and
as far as, her growth goes.
and there's Midas standing over her, sword in hand, that's dripping her golden blood. And that
Massive prick.
tells her that it was necessary. This was her punishment. It hurt him more than it hurt her.
He only did it because he loved her.
And then he leaves and leaves her in the room
With her ribbons.
her ribbons and Digby.
Digby.
And that's that chapter, guys. And it's I didn't like that chapter. I love that chapter. It's well written.
It
But
is so well
Raven,
written, yeah.
was it necessary to rip my heart out with a grapefruit spoon?
Yes, because at this point, we've grown to love Orin, right?
Mhm.
And now this just really dug in that connection.
Yes.
However, Raven, when I see you, I'm just kidding. I won't do anything. Do not send the
You'll ask
FBI
her
at my
to
house.
sign
Yeah, I'll
a
ask her to
copy
sign a
of her
book
book.
with a gold pen, please.
All right, chapter 42. So
Mm.
this is Orin waking up after chapter
So she
41.
passed out for
She
a
passed
while,
out. Mhm.
which no one's blaming her between being high and then that trauma. But I don't think she passed out very long.
No, I don't think so. But the pain doesn't let her stay passed out, so
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would feel like.
I am kind of picturing road rash all the way down my back.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like just that constant.
Throbbing?
Yeah.
Okay. But she's in agony.
Her back is in agony. She's surrounded by the remnants of her ribbons. He didn't even clean up.
She grabs one and is touching it and sees the cut edge and a little bit of her blood on the edge. And she tries to get it to move and she can't. And she can't do anything with the ones on her back either.
They're too short.
They're too
'Cause remember, it was
short.
only 2 inches.
So, of course, in this, she's forgotten that Digby is there
She's been a little distracted.
until he says something to her. I hate this chapter too. It's so hard.
It's just right in the, yeah.
So we learn a lot of stuff from Digby. He still calls her my lady, of course, because it's Digby.
Right.
But we learned from him that he saw her get taken by the Red Raids.
And he ran. He thought he was doing the right thing and ran for help from Midas. Because I think he was one of those right in between where he could run back and go get help, or he could, you know what I mean? It would have
Yes.
taken the same amount of time no matter what. And from a strategic standpoint, getting help to take on the Red Raids makes way more sense than trying to go after them by yourself.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So he runs straight to Midas, who immediately puts
No
him
questions.
in this little holding cell.
Yeah.
And he's been there ever since.
And so not only has he been beat to fuck, he's He's got frostbite.
Frostbite. One of his hands isn't working properly.
Yeah.
Pretty sure he hasn't showered since they got there, which means he's
Probably
been
not.
there for weeks, if
Yeah.
not months.
Yeah.
Just
Rotting.
Yeah.
Literally rotting. Yeah. Digby's still blaming himself.
Mhm.
This is a bonding moment between both of them. And it's, if they weren't both just traumatized, it would have been a really sweet
Right.
moment.
Yeah. He tells her he knew from the first time he guarded her that that's where he needed to be because he felt like she just needed someone on her
On her
side.
side. Yeah.
Um,
Orange tells him that you were the only one that I trusted in Highbell.
Okay,
Oh,
guys,
God.
this is a rough chapter. Can you tell? We're struggling. She does poke a little fun at him at first when they're talking because he's just giving her clipped one-word answers, and she's like, "There's the guard I know."
Right. Yeah.
And she says something about him being the closest thing she had to a father, and he tells her that any father would be damn lucky to have her as a daughter. And guys, this is rough.
Yeah.
But she starts to think about how she's already missed meeting Slade. She knows that.
Yep. She doesn't know
And
what time it is or anything. She just knows the sun went
well,
down.
there is a window, but it's up high, like you're in a basement area. So you've
Yeah.
got
It's
that
that like
little
half window
window.
thing.
So
Yeah.
she can see the stars out. So she knows she's already missed her meeting with Slade, which means that he's going to be worried because he's a little obsessive. Something
Well,
about
and they
fated
had a
mates. Who
plan.
knows?
And
And they had a plan to meet so that he could give her information about Lou and what she found, and she could give him any information she'd found out.
right. Because remember, Lou is looking for Digby.
And she decides that they'll wait until dawn, and then
She'll rest.
she'll
She'll
just
regain her strength.
and she's gonna gold touch everybody that gets in their way so that they can escape.
She's done. Oren has reached her breaking point,
Yeah,
and I don't know if anyone would blame her if they knew everything.
I agree.
Yeah.
But while they're talking and she's making this decision, there's some noise in the hallway and the door opens and some guards come in.
4 guards come in, one of which ends up being Schofield. And I want to go back to one of our earlier episodes where we were like, Schofield feels like Digby Light, and retract that statement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we said it feels like Digby Light for now.
That's true. We did have that caveat.
Yes.
But fuck Schofield. He's dead to us.
Yes.
And he might actually be dead. I don't think we ever really find out his.
Don't know.
Don't care.
We just know that 3 of the guards are holding her. Schofield is holding 2 dew petals, and he's like, "Open your mouth." And she won't.
refuses.
And somebody accidentally hits her back, so she opens her mouth to scream, and he shoves them in, shuts her jaw, holds her nose.
So she
So she
has to
has to
swallow.
swallow them.
Yeah.
And once she does that, it's just so much.
Game over. Yeah.
And she just kind of passes out.
They drag her from the room. Literally drag her from the room.
And
She
he's
sees Digby.
yeah, he's trying to fight the guards. So 2 guards are now dragging her, and one of them is holding him back.
But remember, Digby's broken. Like,
Yes.
just straight up. He's been beaten so much, he just doesn't have the strength that he is used to having.
And in her mind, all she's hearing is, "It's okay. It's okay." And this is just a throwback to Sale.
Yes, it is.
And it's heartbreaking to hear. So
I'll never forgive Raven for this.
chapters 41 and chapters 42 are just one big grief-stricken, traumatic, physical, emotional train wreck for
Yeah.
us. And it's fantastic because she writes it so well.
Yeah.
But she writes it so well and you can feel it and you hate her because it's so
And
good.
it's horrifying.
Yes.
I feel like Raven had to write something like this to kind of push Oren.
Yes.
What else would push Oren to her breaking point?
Yeah, this is her tipping point here.
Yeah. Which sucks because Oren hasn't exactly had an easy life. Like, we know so much about her childhood so far, right? We know that she was kidnapped, part of child trafficking at the age of like 5,
Mhm.
and then was a child beggar until she was 15, where she was turned into a saddle. And then, this is a pretty good segue into chapter 43,
She
which
runs
is
away.
Oren from 10 years ago.
15-year-old Oren. Teenage
Yeah.
Oren.
Teenage Oren. So this is a flashback chapter.
Mhm.
We start this chapter, we find a young Orin hiding beneath the dock of Defort Harbor.
Durford Harbor, yep.
Yep. Which is this has kind of become Orin's private escape spot.
Yeah, after she's done
Done for
working,
the day. Yeah.
the guards take her back to Zakir's house, and
Yep.
she escapes by running over rooftops, 3 of them,
Yep.
dropping into an alley and coming here.
And just chilling by the sea.
Yes, she shares this area with a homeless lady, I guess, that sleeps there every once in a while, but
Yeah.
today,
She's all
she's by
alone.
herself, and she is staring at the harbor, looking at all of the ships, and one of them, a yellow ship with a yellow sun in the middle of cerulean sails, which is like a shade of blue, but it's really pretty.
It is a really pretty blue.
Um, she keeps staring at that one because of the sails, and the owner of the inn had said something about that specific sail being one that goes to Second Kingdom.
I do not remember that, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean anything.
Okay. But so, you know, she's looking at the ships. Everything surrounding her, of course, is the stench of fish
It always rains
and
there, so it's like wet fish. Ugh.
the gross man. Well, I don't know if he was gross, but his
The
scent is
gross
still on
feeling.
her,
Yeah.
and she can't seem to get rid of that scent.
Which, yeah.
And she's got her little coin purse stitched into her skirt, which has 30 coins in it now.
Yeah. Well, she's pretty highly sought after. She
Mhm.
is the gold girl, so
She's thinking about how eventually somebody's going to find that coin purse. It's either going to be Zakir, someone's going to steal it from her, or. And that or is what keeps bringing her back here.
that ore is maybe she escapes. Maybe she
Yeah.
buys her way to any other kingdom.
Yeah. And she realizes how late it's getting and how she needs to sneak back in.
Mhm.
So she gets up to leave and gets up onto the boardwalk and runs into
Random man.
a random man who, when she looks at him, has a sundial pointing due east. It's a pin, which is the mark of Barden East's men. And he says Barden wants to talk.
And Orin's like, the fuck he does. He doesn't want to talk. Talking is not what he has in mind. No. No. Nope. Nope. Not doing that. And so,
Well, he does threaten her. He's like, well, come find him soon because you don't want him to come find you. And he
ugh.
turns to leave, and she notices 2 of Zakir's goons coming from the other direction,
So
which
she's
means
got one guy
ships.
over here, like 2 guys over there, probably the sea back here. So, like, what do? You're cornered. She's
Yeah.
caged.
So she decides she's not going to pick between east and west.
She starts running towards the dinghy, which is like Digby. I'm just saying.
Okay. And she's knocking over carts
Stuff.
and people
Apples and yeah.
and running, and she almost misses the dinghy. She takes a jump
And
and
almost overshoots it.
ends up landing in it, and there are 3 people in the dinghy, 2 men and a woman, and one of the guys tells the other one to throw her overboard, and the woman says, "Stop," and they do, and she asks a really important question here. "Why are you gold?"
It's a fair question. That's a question I would ask if I saw a gold person.
Yeah. So Orin just kind of talks about how the women paint themselves here to get more money,
Mhm.
and they have a discussion about how she's trying to leave, but she's not a stowaway. She has money, and they're like, "How much?" And she's like, "Enough."
Enough. That's
And
all
they're
you
like,
need
"Well,
to
at
know.
least you're not stupid." She's like, "Just get me to your captain. I will book passage." And finally finds out that the female is the captain, and
Which is
she's
amazing to Orin. Orin does not.
yes,
Yeah.
she thinks that's like the bee's knees, guys. And so she says, "You'll pay for your passage, but you're not going to be idle. You're going to scrub the floors because the floorboards,
Yep.
because we don't have anyone to do it, but you can do that until we get to the Second Kingdom." And Orin has never been to the Second Kingdom, as far as she knows. So all she knows about it is it's the furthest away from them.
It's the furthest away from Zakir. It's the furthest
Yeah.
away from Barden East. That's all she's thinking about.
And it's going to give her a chance to start a new life.
Yep.
So she agrees to it.
I think this
And
chapter has one of your favorite lines in it.
does it?
The ending line that changes everything. Is that you or is
Oh,
that me?
I don't care.
Dealer's choice.
Go ahead.
So, the line that we're talking about. This time, when I turn my head into the ocean breeze, it doesn't hold the stench of Devort Harbor. It smells like a chance for me to start over somewhere new. A chance to be where I can be safe, far away from men like Secure West and Barden East. Because me, I'm going south. So that's the moment that Oren's just like, I'm taking a chance. She finally made a decision. She finally took a chance on herself. And she's sailing away.
This is the first time that we see that. This is the first time in her life that she chooses
Mm-hmm.
herself.
Yes.
This is not the first time for us to see that she's choosing herself, because we do know that when it came to a choice between Midas and Ravenger, even though she went with Midas, she ended up deciding to choose herself, which made Ravenger happy.
Yep. Sad but happy.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Are we ready for chapter 44?
Let's go to chapter 44. We're still in Oren's point of view, guys. These last chapters, there's one with Melina, I think.
I don't know that there is.
I may be lying to myself here, guys.
The epilogue is Slade.
The epilogue is Slade's point of view. Everything else is Oren's point of view, guys.
Yep. So we're just gonna, until we say Slade's POV, let's just assume it's Oren's.
Yeah.
Right, let me get back up to my chapter notes. What are we
Yeah,
on?
I got lost
47
too.
or 44?
Yes, we're on chapter 44, and Oren is in a weird dream state, so she's kind of waking up.
Well, remember, she's been drugged. She's in pain.
Yes.
She's been drugged again, dragged
And
away.
probably continued to be drugged even while she was passed out, because it's the
Probably.
only way that's going to keep her compliant right
Yep.
now. So she's got a
She's
weird fucking dreamscape going on where she's super gold and shiny, and she's in the Barrens
again.
in this dream.
Yeah. And she sees Digby, she sees Sail, she sees so much blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Digby just keeps saying, guard her, guard her, guard her. And she's trying to yell at him. And then Sale gets killed again, just like the first time, and she can't do anything to save him.
Yep. And it's like a bad loop of all of her
Yes.
terrible memories.
It's so freaking weird.
This has also one of my favorite lines because I feel like it's deep and poetic. But she calls it the survivor's curse.
Mm-hmm.
Quote, we have to live with our dead.
And that's kind of a throwback to Lou, because Lou said something similar to her.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So she kind of jerks awake, and she keeps having flashes of things like Schofield and a maid coming in and out, Polly sitting in a chair with her little tin
Mm-hmm.
that had the dew in it.
She wakes up and she is just drenched in sweat. She's under a mound of blankets and the fireplace is going super hot and she's just burning up.
Uh-huh. Especially between her thighs.
Yep. Burning up in more than one way.
Yeah.
Because remember, dew makes you horny.
Super
So,
crazy.
yeah.
And she has visions of Midas touching things to her skin to gild them. Like a little crown, a fur
coat
shawl,
or like a,
and a necklace of seashells.
Mm-hmm.
And
so he's using Oren in her
yes,
passed out state against her will
to still gild stuff.
to gild presents for his new fiance.
Well,
I
yeah.
guarantee that necklace of seashells went to Kalia.
What?
Guarantee it.
Crazy talk.
Come at me, bro. I'll give you some crazy talk. But anyway, Oren is being used against her will and horny. And like every brush of fabric or every like touch against her skin just
Sets her off. So she wakes up and it's the day of the ball now, because we have now gone 24 hours.
Yep. Which means
since the last time she was sober.
She's missed out on
An entire
Slade
day.
Ravenger for at least
Yes.
24 hours. Yeah.
So now she has to start getting dressed for the ball. So Midas is sitting there and he has somebody give her a gown and tell her to put it on. And it starts off white because, well, it doesn't get gilded until she puts it on. And it feels amazing putting it on. It's touching her and making her skin tingle. And the grossest.
She's moaning because it feels good. So in our show notes, we highlighted this and we have the puking emoji next to it.
Yeah.
But Midas says, quote, I've made you feel good, haven't I, precious? Barf.
It's so gross.
Barf.
But she
So
says
gross.
yes because, her body's betraying her and she's so drugged
She's
up.
she doesn't
She
know what
doesn't
else
know
to
what to do.
say. Yeah.
She's extremely confused. She finishes getting dressed. So, she's got the dress, stockings, shoes,
I'm kind of
gloves.
picturing her like swaying a little bit
Yeah.
this whole time. Like she's not really like able to stand still. The
And
world is topsy turvy.
I think
It's
someone else
like,
has to fix her hair,
yeah,
which is safe to touch her hair. It's not going to gild her because it's not her skin.
right. It's just skin to skin contact. This might be the wrong question to ask you, but have you ever played Yoshi's Island?
I don't think so.
Okay. So there's one scene, there's one level in Yoshi's Island
Okay.
where if you touch a poof ball thing, it makes the world go topsy turvy and you have to try to jump into the world. Like it's like Yoshi's
Um,
drunk. That's how I'm picturing Orin right now, which I know makes no sense to you, but
I
someone else will get it.
I have other games that I
Okay.
played that
So
where
you
you can get
know,
drunk
yeah,
and it makes everything kind of tilt.
tilt back and
Yeah,
forth and
and
like you can't
it's
get your balance and like the
I don't like
characters go
it.
back and forth and yeah. Okay, so that's what
Yeah.
how I'm picturing Orin is like she can't stand still. She's constantly like having to catch her balance
Hmm.
kind of thing and just she's high as a kite.
That seems to track. So once she's fully dressed, Polly comes in and she's dressed pretty much the same way Orin is. And Midas tells her, one more before you leave. No one touches her. I'll be expecting you. You know where to go.
Which means Polly and Midas are in cahoots.
Polly and Midas are in cahoots.
Name of our podcast. I'm just kidding. It's
No.
not.
So Polly gives her another do
Do pedal.
petal, and
Yeah.
Orin stands and stares out. All of a sudden, Orin's standing and staring out the window at the snow. She has no idea how long she's been standing there. She just is, and her feet kind of hurt, so she's been standing there for a while.
Yeah.
And Polly, she's kind of having
Polly's talking at her.
yeah, she's talking to the guards or somebody. She sees her in the window, in the
Yeah.
glass, talking to the guards out at the door,
And Polly has a gold silk ribbon in her hair.
which kind of hits something in Orin's mind. She's like,
There's a
"I
little
need to
tickle
remember
there.
this."
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh, my ribbons." And she reaches back to touch them and it hurts. So all of a sudden she remembers.
She remembers everything. Like
Yeah.
everything just comes slamming back.
And they take her to
They start walking her out.
they start walking her out into the ballroom, but she's up in the balcony of it.
Mhm.
It's
Yep.
not the main floor where everybody is going to be.
Well, no, she's supposed to do a grand entrance with Midas.
So she's up in the top and Polly's like, "Sit here." And she sits down.
But Orin starts panicking. Like she's
Yeah.
hyperventilating, she's trying to get away, and Polly ends up giving her another dose.
Trying to give her another dose.
Trying to, yes.
Polly takes a dose herself, has the other one, she tries to hand it to Orin. Orin shreds it
Mhm.
and drops it on the floor. And while Polly is trying to pick up the pieces, Midas walks in.
And Midas is pissed
Yeah, because she wasn't supposed to give her that second petal.
that soon.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
supposed to be later.
Yep. And so, yeah, Midas walks in and Orin just freezes a little bit when
Yeah.
he walks in because this is the man who drugged her, beat her, cut the ribbons from her back,
Mhm.
forced her into a dress against her will, dressed her up for display for years,
Years. Used her
used her,
body
yeah,
in
and her
more ways than
powers.
one.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
used her power and her actual body for
Mm
different things
hmm.
for
Mm hmm.
himself.
Yep, to further his, well, we're going to call it political gain.
Yes.
Yeah,
And something in her is starting to stir.
that's what she calls it. And
She
this
calls
is
it a
what I want
bird.
to say. I want to say it's like the first time we actually hear her reference something else within her.
Yes. Well, yes. Yeah, that's the first time she kind of feels something.
Hmm.
And then this time it's waking up. But she's still stoned right now, guys. And as we go to chapter 45,
She is.
she is done.
She is spinning. She is spinning out.
Like she's hearing stuff and
Hmm.
seeing dancing, and it takes her a minute to realize that Midas is talking to her.
Yep.
So then she
Talking at her. Yeah.
stares at him. So we get this description of him in his perfectly pressed
Coif.
starched pressed, like it's not gonna move outfit. He's got his 6 high bell gold buttons. He's wearing his favorite crown that has 6
Spires.
spires. His shoes are super shiny. His face is perfectly shaved.
Can you imagine walking around in gold shoes?
I would not enjoy that.
Like, it can't be comfortable.
I I think this is where I asked Gabby when we were doing our rereads, we messaged each other about random stuff, and I'm like, "Do you
Random thoughts.
think that there's a reason that we're comparing her dislike of how well and put together Midas is versus Slade, who in all of his forms usually has a bit of scruff.
Mhm. Just a little bit more unkempt.
His clothes are very relaxed and comfortable
Well, they're,
and just leather,
um, you what's the word I
utilitarian.
yeah, yeah, they're useful clothes, like
Yeah. And I just thought it was interesting that what she thought she was attracted to as a child
mhm,
and through all of book 1 and part of book 2 was Midas in his perfection persona,
yeah.
and what really lights her fire when she's not on due is Ravenger
A real man's man.
in his scruffy mode.
Yep. So Midas would be like the preppy Abercrombie and Fitch boy,
Yes.
right? And Ravenger would be the I don't wanna say like the stoner or high school
Angsty
dropout,
greaser,
but yeah, yeah,
bad boy.
yeah.
We'll just call him bad boy because,
Who doesn't like a little bit of a bad boy?
yeah. But
Yeah, I think Raven intentionally wrote both of them very differently to show the growth that
mhm.
Oren has.
And Midas is talking to Polly about how she's just worthless and he didn't hire her. He doesn't own her to think.
Yeah.
He comes up here though with Rissa,
Mhm.
and Rissa's like, "The fuck is going on?"
Poor Rissa. It's just got dragged
And
into this, and she's just like,
Oren's staring at Rissa, trying to figure out there's something I need to be telling you.
yeah, something important that I should be telling you that we need to talk about. But what is it?
And when Midas dismisses Polly and tells Rissa just to go and
To
take her with
leave.
you,
Yep.
then something clicks. And Oren's like, "Go,
Leave.
leave
Rissa and Polly
now."
can leave. Yeah.
And Rissa is like, "Come with me," which you think she's saying it to Polly, but in truth, she's staring at
Oren.
Oren.
Yeah.
But Midas doesn't see that.
Midas
And
doesn't see anything but Midas.
Oren's like, "No, I can't," and just says, "Go."
Yep.
And she can't even tell her, "Go find somebody from the Fourth Kingdom because you can go with them.
Yeah.
They want to take you," because, well, I don't think she remembers really.
I don't think she remembers that part.
And
And
even
I'd
if she
also
could, she wouldn't be
how could
able
you bring
to.
that up in a casual
Yeah.
conversation?
So Rissa
Yeah.
doesn't waste any time, grabs Polly, walks out.
And okay, so I don't blame Rissa for taking care of Rissa.
Mm-mm.
No one else is taking care of Rissa.
Mm,
Like she's known is taking care of herself.
exactly.
And she did hesitate when Oren said go.
Yeah.
You could see some hesitation, like we had a plan together. What do you mean I should go?
Mhm.
So I think Rissa had a really hard life that we don't know a lot about at this point in the series. And I don't think she knows how to trust other people, especially with a plan like escaping Midas.
And we are 100% going to see that in Glow.
Yes.
That will
Yeah.
be in the 4th book.
100%. Yep. Sorry. Spoilers.
That's okay. We can tell him that. We're not telling him what actually happens. So,
True. That's true.
but Rissa leaves with Polly. Midas starts talking again, and Orange struggles to focus on him because he's telling her his plan. He's going to do this big speech. And right at the end of the speech, he's going to point at Oren, who people are not going to see him pointing at her, but
Well,
he
he's
will
going to point at the
point
railing
at the railing. And when he does that, that's her cue to take off her glove
and
and gild the
guild.
railing.
Yep.
And she's like, okay,
Sure.
yeah.
Got
So
it.
it's her brain is just mush.
Okay, but what does Midas expect when you've kept her high as a kite for the past 2 days?
I
And
don't
like
know.
even he's admitted the dosages of dew that he's giving her are incredibly high. Yep. Midas is trying to give a high person directions, which I don't know if any of you guys have ever been the DD while your friends are going downtown,
Yeah.
but I'm just picturing like
It's like herding cats, guys. It really is. But Midas starts his speech, gives her the cue.
And she doesn't do
She doesn't
anything.
do it.
Oren finally grew a spine.
And guess what happens, guys?
Nothing good.
She's burning off the dew.
How is she burning off the dew, Jen?
Her face side takes over, and it just helps to just
So just metabolize
yeah.
faster.
This is Midas's big speech is about how he's declaring a new golden age to
Everything's great.
Aurea, and he didn't realize until Queen Melina's death how poorly people had been treated, and now he and
Queen Kalia.
are gonna get married, and they're going to bring
They're
in a
gonna
new
unify.
era. They're gonna
Yep.
unify Aurea,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. And people
it's
are buying this.
oh
Like,
god, they love it. They are eating it up.
and like his whole speech is like, oh, sorry, there's unrest in Sixth Kingdom. It's because I'm not there. But if I was
Yes.
there, none of this would have happened. But don't worry, Melina's been taken care of. R.I.P. And like, my bad.
And by the way,
Sorry.
look at my new blushing
Look how
fiance,
pretty she.
and, she's across from him sitting over in the throne area, looking demure and sweet in her gold crown,
Mhm.
gold fur, and gold seashell necklace with her
Wow.
blue
Just like
dress.
the stuff that Oren just gilded.
Weird.
Crazy.
And
Yeah. So Oren's pissed.
yeah,
She's pissed about Melina. She's pissed that she's been drugged. She's pissed about Digby. She's pissed about everything.
yeah, and she's starting to wake up.
Yep, she's starting to burn off the dew, like you were saying. And there's one person, one thing that really clears her mind. She sees Slade through a crowd. I think she sees King Ravenger, is who she
She
sees.
sees King Ravenger, yeah.
Yeah, through the crowd. And that like clears her mind fog
Yeah. And
instantly. And
Midas
everything just comes crashing back into her.
and Midas finishes his speech, makes a joke about something because he couldn't do his big showstopper moment of oohs and ahs
Because Oren didn't
because
do it.
Oren
Good
refused
for
to do
you,
it.
Oren.
And he turns around to talk to her and he's angry.
Midas is pissed.
Midas is mad that she ruined his moment.
Mm-hmm. And then Oren is like, okay, but let's talk about the fact that you drugged me
What?
and you hurt Digby. And also, you cut off my ribbons.
That was all for your own good.
And also, you drugged me. I can't
All
get over
for
the
your
drugging
own
thing.
good. If you would
If you
just
had
get
just
in line.
listened, yep. If you had just done what I told you to.
Yeah, he gives zero fucks about
He
how she
admits to
feels.
everything. And he
Yeah.
doesn't give a single fuck. Just, yeah, like we were saying, if you had done what I told you to, none of this would have happened. If you had just behaved, none of this would have happened.
And so then she gives this big, huge monologue, which is really good, guys, and you need to listen to it, that ends with, I'm going to leave you and you'll never find me. You're going to end up being poor
Yep.
and alone, and you'll hear whispers of me.
And you'll search for me, but I'll always be a step ahead of you.
Yeah. And she says something about gilding him. And then since the sun's gone down, he's like,
You can't do
oh,
shit.
honey, that's
Yeah.
so cute, but you can't do that.
Is
And
this the chapter?
he starts talking about the third kingdom, and she looks at him,
She starts talking
and
about like her history in the Third Kingdom.
he says, "Oh, didn't I tell you I used to live in the third kingdom?" And then he says, "You should have come to see me when I summoned you."
So this was the moment that I threw my book because I'm like, what the fuck do you mean that Midas is Varden East? What the fuck do you mean that this motherfucker is the same fucker who was chasing her? And Jen, when she was first reading this, texted me in like book fucking one.
It wasn't book 1, it was, like, partway through book 2 or something.
So mad. So anyway, authors, you have to write for 2 audiences, and I'm so sorry.
But much like the Ravenger is Rip, and Rip is Ravenger, and Rip and Ravenger are Slade moment, we
Mhm.
have Tyndall Midas is Barden East, is Tyndall Midas,
It's King Midas, yup.
and Orange Savior is not Orange Savior.
Orin's savior is
A lie.
the very man that she was running away from.
Yes.
He somehow found her and entrapped her for 10 years. And I I think if Barden East had got her in Barden East territory,
Mhm.
King Midas never would have been a thing.
I agree.
I think King Midas kind of happened on the run.
And we'll
Like,
talk about that in the next chapter
yeah. Okay.
because chapter 46 opens right after he dropped that fucking bombshell.
God, I read this chapter at like 10 o'clock at night, and I'm like, well, I'm not sleeping now.
So, the reason that she ran away from the Third Kingdom
It's because she didn't want to be
is to get away
chained
from Barden East, and she still ended up with Barden East,
just as
ultimately.
Midas. Yep.
Yes. So, he has to tell her that, you know, it was really easy to remake himself as Barden East. When he first got to the Third Kingdom, he was working as one of the East guys'
Lackeys. He was a
henchmen,
lackey. Yeah.
and he rose up into power. He controlled
And
half the port, he controlled half the criminals, he
half the
controlled
city.
the saddles, and when she ran away, he decided to chase her. And during his chase, he ran into some people who were talking about the village that she gilded.
I don't think we know that village yet.
We've talked about it.
Have we?
Yes. So anyway, Midas as Barden heard rumors about a village where these men got really rich, and they talked about a golden woman,
Mm-hmm.
and he finds her in the next village where she's hiding out. He takes the group that he has
Mm-hmm.
and he splits it in half, and one half attacks the village and the other half saves the village.
Mm-hmm.
So he created Orin's salvation.
That was the very, very start of him creating her victim mentality.
Yes. And he decided, since they were already away from Durford Harbor and he was tired of the smell of fish,
He wasn't going to go
instead
back.
of owning half of a harbor,
Half of a city.
half
Yeah.
of a city, why not rule a kingdom? Because he'd found out about her gold touch ability.
Yep.
So he kills all the men that were with him. Actually, he has them kill each other because why not?
Right.
And then he takes Orin on her journey to become the king of the Sixth Kingdom because 6 is such a good number, don't you think?
I mean, no, 5's my lucky number, but maybe it's 4 now.
We've talked about other numbers too, but
Yep. Did we ever talk about the numerology of the number 6?
I don't know.
I
But
don't think we have.
yeah, he admits it all. He admits everything. And Orin finally goes, You didn't rescue me? You never rescued me. And
You just captured me.
she just realizes that the last decade of her life and
Has been a
the
lie.
love that she thought that he had for her and everything has been a complete lie. Nope.
So yeah, Orin's been lied to literally since she's met Midas.
And he talks about why own half of a harbor when you can own half of the
Half of the
world.
world. Yeah.
And she's like, But you don't own half of the world.
I mean, he's got 6th, 5th, and now 3rd
Third.
kingdom. That's
But
half of the
as far as
kingdoms.
she knows, he doesn't have fifth yet.
That's true.
So
So that's going into chapter 46.
he ties her up, but he ties her up with her own ribbon and tells her, Stay here or I'll kill your lover in front of you. Because he lets her know that he has Commander Rip.
Yeah.
He's not going to come and save her.
Yeah.
Because he still doesn't know that Rip and Ravager are the same person.
Right. The only ones who know that Rip and Ravager and Slade and Rip and Slade are all one and the same are Orin and the Wrath.
Yes. So he leaves her standing up there and goes down to give a toast. And she's standing up there and she's watching and she's looking at Slade. And he finally realizes, much like when she was staring at his booty at the beginning of this book, he knows she's there.
Yeah.
And he
You know
turns
why?
around
Do you know why, Jen? Do you know why that they always know when each other is in the room?
because he senses that some creepy person is creeping on him.
No, fated mates. Let me be romantic.
All right, because they're fated mates.
Thank you.
And Ravager turns around to go toward her, but Midas calls him up to where the thrones are,
The
the
dais.
dais,
Yeah.
for a toast. And she's shaking her head like,
Do
no.
it.
So he
Don't
turns
do
around and goes to participate in the toast to Aurea.
Mm.
So Midas raises his glass, everyone raises their glass, everyone starts to drink.
Everyone. Everyone, including the 12-year-old prince.
13-year-old almost, Niven.
Niven?
And he drops his goblet. Prince Niven
Yep.
drops his goblet.
Weird.
And suddenly people are yelling that he's being poisoned.
Black veins crawl up his neck. Whose power looks like black rotting veins crawling up things? Not
Definitely not
Midas's.
Midas's.
Not Midas's.
No, but they try and get a mender to him.
It's too late.
It's too late. The prince is dead.
The toast becomes a funeral.
All hail the king. And the chapter 47 starts with the prince is dead.
Prince is dead.
And then somebody going, this is the work of King Rot because of the black veins.
Because that's what it looks like. All eyes whip to Slade, and the air in the room it's tense.
Hostile?
Yeah. Well, nobody likes King Ravager, right? Nobody
I
likes
mean,
him.
I
No one likes King Ravager. No one finds the power of rotting to be useful or like not terrifying.
right. So
And no one trusts him. He's got his treaties with other countries that we learn more about later on,
Mhm.
but no one really trusts him. And part of that I think is because he worked so hard to keep Fourth Kingdom sheltered from everything else. So like they are a little sequestered from the other countries.
well, the other countries north of him, because 5th and 6th.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
he has treaties with 3rd, 4th,
Fourth and second.
3rd, 2nd, and 1st.
Yeah.
So Midas, being the ass that he is enjoying this. And Oren can see the grin when people start yelling that it was Slade.
That's kind of sloppy of Midas to like actually show a grin.
I mean, does everybody see it though, or is it just her?
I think it's just her, but my point is like if he was truly a good poker player, he would not have grinned at all.
I agree. So he says something about arresting King Ravager, and the wrath surrounds him.
Close
And
ranks.
Osric is like, hell no.
You can fucking try.
And Oren realizes that this was the plan all along.
Mm-hmm.
Make Slade use his power in front of everyone to try and get away so that they can make him an outlaw and
Mm-hmm.
take Fourth Kingdom as well.
Yep.
In one fell swoop, he would get 2nd,
Sixth,
or
5th,
6th, 5th, 4th, and 3rd with
4th.
his marriage to Kalia.
He'd get 6th, 5th, 4th,
And
3rd.
3rd. Yeah. He would have them all.
Except 1 and 2. Yeah.
Oren is like, oh, hell no. So she starts coming down the stairs and she takes one hand out. The ribbon is still attached to her other hand, but she's running down the stairs and she is trying to stop him. She moves past Schofield and Lowe, who try and
They
stop her.
all yell out, "My lady, please stop." Oren's like, "I am not your lady.
Yeah.
Fuck you."
All of her memories are coming back. She doesn't slow down. She's running to the dais is basically what's happening. And she physically puts herself between Midas and Slade. And she's
Ravager.
like, don't touch him. You're not taking him too.
Never again.
And she does what everyone does when they're just coming off of being stoned and realizing that their old lover is actually a terrible person and just murdered someone. She says, Ravager didn't kill Prince Niven. You did.
Gasp. Outrage. Panic.
And Midas demands the room be cleared, which actually ends up being kind of good for everybody else, as we'll find out in a minute.
Yeah.
But
not so great for Midas.
Not so great for Midas, but everybody else leaves the room. So now it's just the Wrath, Oren, Midas, and Ravager.
I think, isn't Kalia in there too? Or did she leave?
She
no,
left.
she left.
She left.
But isn't it a little suspicious when someone drops an accusation and you tell everyone else to get out?
I don't know why that would be suspicious.
No?
No, it's fine.
Not at all? Not suspicious even a little bit? I'm telling you, Oria needed someone like you to be like, that's fucking weird, guys. Let's rub our two brain cells together.
This is odd, so let's just deal with this, okay? So this is the moment where Midas and Oren are going to face off, guys. And it's fantastic.
It's everything that we've been hoping about for 3 books.
Yes. So the wrath is there. Midas is losing his shit.
The Wrath end up circling around Orin,
Mhm.
not in a "we're going to attack you" way, but they're looping her in their
Protective
circle of
stance.
protection.
Yep.
Yes. And Midas is like, "I'm sorry."
What? Yeah. And Orin tells him he's mine.
And Midas just loses his mind. Just absolutely goes insane.
And as that's happening, fake Rip comes in
What a name for a character.
with Digby.
Yes, is Digby is slouched. Digby is still in a ton of
Yeah.
pain. Like, it's you can tell very clearly it was a rescue mission, and Fake Rip was just like,
Yeah.
"I did my part. What the fuck are you guys
And
doing?"
he doesn't have his helmet on anymore. So this is the first time Orin sees his face.
And she notices the differences almost immediately.
Yeah. So, but there's so many similarities too that
At a glance, yeah,
she says, if I didn't know better, I would think that this was Slade.
Fake Rip, yeah.
So turns out fake Rip is
Slade's brother.
Slade's brother.
Slade's brother. And they do look very similar. There's some differences, like one's chin is a little bit sharper.
And he has rounded ears.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Rip's brother, Slade's brother, has rounded ears. Reminder, in his Rip form, he has fey pointed ears. So that's kind
Those
of
are
an
my
important
fave
thing.
ears. Yes.
And Midas is trying to get control again. I guess they are still standing there. So Manu and
All the royalty is
Kalia,
standing
yeah,
there.
she kind of looks at them, and Manu realizes that they need to leave.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
he drags his sister out.
Manu is smart. Manu is very loyal,
Yes.
and that's gonna come back to bite him in the ass.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
So Midas is still trying to get control over Orin and telling her to come here. And she's like,
Can I just say that I
yeah,
appreciate that we're talking about this very public breakup scene at the same time that Elon and Trump are going through their own very public breakup? Yeah. Yeah, it's we did not time that though at all. Like, we did not imagine this happening, and this is when we're
yeah,
recording it. When we drop it, this will be old news, but
yeah.
I do appreciate that we're talking about the public breakup at the same time.
Before Manu drags out Kalia, though, she's trying to convince Midas to just let her go.
Well, yeah, because Kalia doesn't care about Orin.
No.
As far as
And
Kalia's
she has
concerned,
no
Orin's
idea.
just a saddle.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, yeah, Midas gilded you. That sucks for me, but will you just fucking leave?"
Yeah. And Kalia's like, just let her go. My favorite line is in this because Midas goes, you want to be the whore of King Rot? And that just definitely makes Slade super happy.
Sure, he loves
And
that. Yeah.
Orin looks at him because she's still between the two, and she says, better to be the whore of the man at my back than the favored to you.
"Suck it, Midas." Yeah. I said it. I'll say it again.
And Midas looks like he's gonna slap her, and Slade says, touch her and rot,
Mhm.
basically,
Yep.
you know?
Slade's done. Slade's like, "Okay, if we're having this if we're gonna
Yeah.
fight, I'm ready."
And Orin still stops him because she doesn't want him using his rotting power.
Mhm.
This cannot happen the way that he wants it to.
Yep. Well, no, because 'cause that'll just reinforce that he did that to Prince Niven.
Exactly, and that this is a takeover that he's
Mhm.
trying to take over the Fifth Kingdom,
Yep.
which is
Yep.
what she's trying to avoid people thinking.
Because, I mean, remember, um, they've already accused Ravenger of stepping over his boundaries a little bit from 4th to 5th Kingdom
Yes.
before they negotiated for whatever village that I can't think of right now.
Yeah.
So, like, he's already been known to, like, push the boundaries a little bit, little by little.
Mhm.
So, and Slade says to Orin, "I told you, I'll be the villain for you." And Orin says, "Yes, but so will I." That's how we get a Bonnie and Clyde.
It's so good. Like, these 2 are crazy, like, nuts,
Yeah.
but I kind of am here for that, and it's fine. So and Orin so this chapter is not just her breaking up with Midas, it's her breaking free of Midas.
In a very public way. But
Very.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. And there's a lot of stuff that is being said that's kind of a code, right? Like her and Polly talk and Risa
Mhm.
talking. Like there's stuff that's not being said. That's the undercurrent of I'm leaving you,
Yes.
basically. And like Midas knows that if Orin leaves, he's got no power.
None.
Orin knows that if she leaves Midas, Midas has no power. What is he going to do? How is he going to rule a kingdom with no power?
Yes.
Queen Kalia is not going to play along with Midas. She's too cutthroat on her own.
Mhm.
Like,
And
yeah,
he can't have her realizing that he
yeah.
actually has no power, because
Oh
then,
no, because he'd be a weak man then.
well, then he can no longer be king, and who's gonna take
Mm,
over Sixth Kingdom?
Kalia would.
Someone from the Collier family would,
No,
that
there's
has
no one
power.
left. Melina's the last one.
She was the last one from her father, but her father had brothers, I'm sure, just because she was an only child.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay, anyway, sorry. We got off topic there. Let's go to chapter 48
That
and
was
see
very
what
much on
happens.
topic. I just want to point out.
Whatever.
Okay, so Midas he's trying to play it cool, right? He's cool, he's calm, he's collected. He's not a regular king, he's a cool king. He's he point blank asks, "You want to leave, Orin?"
Yes.
Please, yes. Yeah. And Midas says, "Fine, then go." And everyone is like, "This is too easy."
Yeah, this is a trap.
Like, yeah, this is not going to end up well. Yeah. And
So,
then, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, I think they try and leave,
Yep.
and Midas grabs her.
And puts a blade to her throat.
Yeah. And Slade is definitely not handling that well.
I'm not going to say that he goes feral because he's very much still in control. But I feel like every breath or every moment just kind of like went out of him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like he just kind of froze and he's like, "Excuse me? What did you just do?"
And Midas is like, if you move or use your magic, I will kill her before.
Yeah, before your rot
Yeah.
reaches me or something like that.
And for poor Orin, this is a flashback,
Well, yeah, this is exactly what happened here
because
with King Folk.
yeah, he's actually holding the knife on the scar
Mm-hmm.
where King Folk bit into her skin with a knife.
Orin and Digby make eye contact from
Yeah.
across the room, and they're like, we're doing this again."
Yeah. And Midas says, if I can't have her, no one can.
Which is toxic masculinity at its finest.
Yeah.
It really is, yeah.
And Slade has to tell his wrath, who's all about attacking Midas, to stay back.
None of them like Midas.
And he makes eye contact with Orin and is like, use your ribbons.
And I think this breaks Orin a little bit because Slade has so much faith in her and so much faith in her ribbons and that she can defend herself. And like to have that faith, I don't want to say like thrown at you, but to have that faith shown to you
Mhm.
and then to not be able to own up to it because your ribbons were literally cut off.
And then Midas says, ah, she didn't tell you? She's lost that privilege. And
What
he
a
indicates
prick.
her wrist where the ribbon is tied to it.
It's such a good villain story. Fuck you, Raven. Fuck you.
I thought it was fantastic.
I mean, it is fantastic. It is a great villain origin story.
And Oren's anger just boils over here. She is so mad, and she doesn't want to feel helpless anymore. She's
And
angry about the ribbons.
we get another reference to the beast inside of her.
Yeah, the beast inside of her snaps,
Hmm.
and some weird shit starts happening. What happens?
The ballroom essentially becomes like a molten war zone. Orin
Yes.
just unleashes all of the gold that's been in her and just unleashes it all over this ballroom.
She
It's like a wave of gold.
she takes control of all the gold. Everything that she has gilded in this room,
All the existing gold.
she takes control of. So the
And
walls start melting.
well, and remember, this is at night. She should not have her power at
Yeah.
night.
The walls start melting.
Candlesticks, curtains, plates,
Armor.
silverware, armor, everything.
This is when Kalia is trying to get out,
Hmm.
and they do make it out,
They do make it out, unfortunately.
but not before they get to see a Sixth Kingdom guard melt into his armor.
Because his armor was gold that
Yeah.
Orin had gilded.
Yes.
Yep.
And The floor is all wavy and it's crazy. And Midas loses his grip on Orin.
Midas has been losing his grip on Orin.
No, I
This
meant
is
his
just
physical grip. But yeah,
yeah,
because she
yeah.
melts the dagger that's in his hand.
Yep.
Because that's
Yeah.
hers too.
Because everything that she has touched for Midas. Yeah.
Everything. And
Everything.
she is angry.
She's livid.
The only space that is safe right now is the space that she's on and the space that the wrath is on.
So she can control it, kind of.
Kind of.
Melts Midas's crown that's on his head.
She has it twist down into his head, which I thought was awesome.
She ends up, so the whole room is like just melted gold, right?
And she backs him into the wall.
And then golds over him in the wall.
She gives him a kiss on his cheek that starts his gilding.
He turns solid gold. King
Yes.
Midas turned solid gold. And bitches, that's why we're drinking champagne tonight.
Yes.
Today. Whatever.
And the best part about it is she taps where she kissed him 5 times.
Not 6. 5.
But
Yes.
this is not it for her. She is so mad. And this beast inside of her has been unleashed.
Or lost control.
She has
She
lost
just
control.
has.
She is
Yeah.
everything that's been gold, she is destroying.
Well,
As much as she can.
she really, really wanted to take control of Midas, and now that that's done, her beast is still not satisfied, and this is where she just ultimately loses control.
Yes.
She's never used her power at night before. She's never used her power like this. She's never had to deal with a quote unquote beast inside of her.
I don't think she's ever been this angry in her
She's always
entire
been
life. She's
a
always
little
been afraid, complacent. So this is new for her.
Yeah.
And Slade stands in front of her and he is like, "You need to let it go. Goldfinch, let go."
Goldfinch. Yep. And Slade can see her aura flickering.
Yeah.
So this power is draining her. She doesn't know how to turn it off. It's like turning on a spigot full power, like full blast, and not turning it off.
Yeah.
Right? It's gonna lose. Yeah.
Now, she does give the wrath a way to escape that's safe. So they all get out of there. So it's just her and Slade now that are alive in this room. And he's trying to talk her down.
Trying to get her back down to earth.
To get her to rein back in her magic. She can't stop. She doesn't know how. And she's telling him, I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to stop.
You need to leave. She's worried about gilding him. Yeah.
And he keeps,
This is it's not as rough as the other chapters. So Slade does the only thing that Slade knows how to do, what to do to help her. And he kisses her. And with that kiss, he kind of forces a little bit of his rot magic into Orin to kind of force her magic to break off, I guess is what I want to say.
And he whispers, "Forgive me." And the rot starts to take control of her. And she passes out.
As she's blacking out, she thinks, I found my edge. The question is, did I fall or did I fly?
And that's it. That's it, guys.
That's how, technically, that is how the book ends. That is the last chapter. Yeah. So Orin finally lost control. And now we kind of understand why she's been so afraid of losing control
of her magic.
For the past, yeah.
Yes. And everything for her has just come full circle from book 1, where Midas uses her to get what he wants in Fifth Kingdom, and Folk tries to kill her.
Yep. Well, and Baron East, she finds out about that. Baron East, yep. Like, this is a lot of... She went through a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
In these last chapters.
She definitely did.
The ribbons, the drugging, Digby, all of that.
And then, now we get to see this same chapter in the epilogue. But now we're going to see it from Slade's point of view.
Okay, and the voice actor for Slade?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
He is.
Very growly.
I agree. Yes, I'm looking him up.
I know, I appreciate it.
Anthony Palmini is the narrator for Rep.
He does a great job.
Yes.
Okay, so same chapter that we just covered, but in Slade's POV.
Yes.
So Slade sees Midas grab Orin and put a blade to her throat, threatening to kill her if Slade and or the Wrath try to step in.
He really wants to rot him,
Really, really, really wants to rot him.
but he doesn't want to accidentally get Orin.
Well, he doesn't want to give Midas the chance to slice Orin's throat either.
True.
Like, the thought of Midas being faster than his rot, I think is really what keeps him, like, rooted in place, frozen. Yeah.
And when he sees her ribbon tied
God.
to her hand,
Oh, God.
that breaks him a little.
Yeah. Because he was so proud of Orin for finally owning her ribbons, I guess.
Yes.
Like, just leaning into it and utilizing them and acknowledging them. It breaks him a little bit, and he's pissed for her.
Yes.
Like, how dare Midas do that to her?
And he watches Orin's aura because, as Gabby believes, since they're fated
Say
mates,
it.
they see
Say it. Say it.
each other's auras because they're fated mates. So he watches her aura just explode,
And that's when Orin loses power, loses control of her
loses
power.
control, and everything just starts going batshit crazy.
So
She makes all the gold in the room a weapon.
it's impressive. And it's impressive to me that Slade realizes that that's what she's doing. And we'll learn about that in the next book.
Yes. And they let Queen Kalia's group flee. The Wrath leaves, and even Riot, which, by the way, Riot is his brother's name.
Yep. That is fake Rip.
That is fake Rip. Riot is fake Rip.
But Orin is overtaken by the
Yes.
magic. Like, she's completely succumbed to it. She barely knows who she is anymore.
And he's watching her aura pulse as
And
she
fracture.
pushes more and more out and uses more and more of her power. And he's starting to get worried about her, which is when we see him step in. He makes the decision to get everyone else out.
He knows that she would never forgive herself if she hurt innocents.
Yes.
Hurting Midas is one thing.
And
hurting
his
the
guards, because
innocents.
fuck the guards.
Right, yeah. Schofield, we're looking at you.
So
Her power is using Orin.
Yeah.
And Slade sees that.
And he's trying to he comes up to her and talks to her, and Goldfinch, let it go. Come on, you can do this. And her admitting, one, that she wants everybody to hurt like she hurts. And then two, she can't stop it.
She's never dove deep into this power well
Yeah.
that she has. Like, she's never had to. She's never been in a defensive position like this. Her instinct has always been to run away or lean into it.
Yeah.
Never to fight.
Accept it.
Yeah. So we get his POV of using his rot magic to try to shut her body down. So, as a reminder, he can use his rot magic to kill people. It puts him in like a suspended state between life and death.
Yeah.
And there's a certain time frame that he can bring a body back.
Yes, he can leave him in stasis basically for a little bit.
Thank you for the science word.
You're welcome.
So he does that to her, and that's when he says forgive me, is because he's doing the unforgivable to her. Really, he is.
Yes.
Yes, he's doing it to save her, but it is just another way to control her. So, is he really better than Midas at this point?
He just saved her from killing herself, so I vote yes.
I vote yes too, but I'm a hopeless romantic, and I still think I could change Midas. So,
Not
like,
anymore. I mean, he's solid at this point. Best of luck.
turn him into a lamppost.
He grabs her, and they run out of the building, which the gold has started to freeze and stop moving. But it's still kind of dripping from the ceiling because it hasn't completely stopped yet.
Yeah.
He gets her outside.
As he's running out, though, like, doors are being gilded shut.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it is like an avalanche of gold in this castle, and like they're basically trying to outrun an avalanche.
Yes. And his wrath meets him outside. The gold finally stops moving, so there's silence. And Digby catches him first.
Digby's pissed. Digby doesn't understand what's going on. All he knows is that Orin is passed out, and Slade had something to do with it.
And he is threatening Slade to fix her right now.
Yep. But Slade knows that they can't do it
not here, not
not
safely.
here, and not make it safe. Yeah.
So
Survivors saw what she did. They're
yeah.
they're gonna need a scapegoat. They need to get out.
And we know that Slade doesn't intend for her to die at all. So at this point, what he's doing is expeditiously retreating. This is intentional. He talks to the Wrath and says, "Get my army back down to Fourth Kingdom."
He calls his Timberwing.
He calls his Timberwing. He's going to protect her no matter what. And that's kind of where it ends.
The final line in the book is so he's worried about other
The
people coming
fallout.
for Orn. Yeah. He's worried about the fallout. And the final line is, I'll be fucking ready. So he's gonna go to bat for Orn
Yeah.
no matter what. You know why? You know why, Jen? It's because they're fated mates. Yeah.
Fine.
So that's how the book ends.
Yes.
So if you were one of the OG readers, like I was, and you had to wait for the next book to come out for a fucking year, I'm so sorry. I feel it with you. It was awful. It was awful. That's why I only read finished series. I've learned my lesson.
Anyway, so what we
That's how
find
the
in the
book
end of this
ends.
book is
Yep.
Orn's magic is both a weapon and a curse.
Mhm. Mhm.
Slade takes away Orn's consent to save her, which is not the same as Midas taking Orn's consent away to control her.
I mean, taking away someone's consent is taking away someone's consent.
I agree, but in one situation, it's to keep them safe and protect them from themselves. For real. And the other one is a perceived protection.
I mean, I'm
So,
Team Slade. Slade is King Ravenger, whatever you want to call him. He's easily one of my top 3 book
yeah.
boyfriends. So the dirty talk he does, somehow he does not make it seem cheesy.
And now he has to protect her.
Well, the world just saw her as a monster.
Yes.
I mean, Prince Niven died, so they all hate Slade.
Mhm.
Oren just turned an entire castle fucking gold.
She melted the castle.
She melted the castle. The castle is still standing. They eventually, you know what? That's for the next
That's
book.
for the next book.
So, thank you so much for listening to Corks and Cauldron. Be sure to follow us at Corks and Cauldron on all your favorite socials. We're on the Book of Faces. We're on the Gram, TikTok, YouTube, and Threads.
And if you enjoyed this episode, please rate and review us. Share us with your booksties and tell the world. It is the best way to spread.
Spread those pages.
It's the best way to spread the word and help our podcast grow. Because Corks and Cauldron is a self-funded labor of love, and your support helps keep the magic alive.
And our glass is full. Wine is not super cheap.
So join our Patreon community today at patreon.com/corks and cauldron, and maybe even treat us to a bottle of wine.
So, if you guys have a wine that you want us to try or a drink recipe that you want us to try, definitely let us know. I'm always down to
A
try a
food
drink
recipe,
recipe
please.
or a food recipe. Yes.
If you've read these books and you're like, "You're such a dumbass. Why did you make that when you could have made this instead?" You know what? Send it to
Let
me.
us know.
And
Yeah.
even say I'm a dumbass. I don't really care. It's
Dear internet stranger, your feelings mean nothing to me.
trolls be
No, but for
trolling.
real.
Anyway,
And rate and review us. That is also a great way to
yes,
keep
please.
our podcast going. Reviews mean everything in the podcast world. So
Yes.
yeah, rate, review us, let us know. Our next episode, we drop every Thursday, and we're going to do a recap. And I think, I haven't talked this over with Jen yet. I'm dropping this in real time. But I think we should do a recap of all 3 books, or like all the information we've learned so far, and then maybe what our predictions for the next few books are.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So until then,
Eat
drink.
and get lost in a good book.
Cheers,
Cheers.
guys.